all you English people in the audience. Her name is pronounced Jacinthe. You got one shot at it. All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jacinthe. Oh, all right. Happy birthday to you. All right, thank you very much. Now, what I want to talk to you about first is just to fill you in on what my motivation is to talk to you about some personal things here tonight. When we first started talking about the show, Jamie was asking me to put some comedy skits together, and I asked him, you know, what would you like to see? And he said, well, just do what you want, which is not something anybody should say to me. So, anyways, thanks for your trust. But he did say, well, there are two things I want. One, my daughters are going to dance at the show, and they did. So I would like you to write a skit to introduce that and to build it up. So Jim and I danced. And he said the second thing, and this is the one that leads me to my selfish goals here tonight. I want you to read a Christmas story to the audience. So I don't want any comedy. I want it to be inspiring. But the problem with me is that when it comes to reading, I don't do very well. I'm dyslexic. Letters move around. They switch places for me, and so I make mistakes when I read. And not a lot of people know that I'm dyslexic, and I thought I would just share that all with you because I am going to read you a story tonight, and I just want you to be prepared for some of the mistakes that I might make, so I don't want to feel stupid. Because there have been a lot of embarrassing moments for me as a dyslexic person, and I'm not going to be doing some comedy tonight. I really want to talk to you from the heart, and hope that I know it's a downer for the show, but. The first time my wife found out I was dyslexic, I was at the video store. I grabbed a movie. We just started going out. I grabbed the movie off the shelf, and as a joke, I was like, hey, let's rent this one. And she went, oh, sure, yeah. And then I was like, oh, this is good. I like this one. All right, and then when we got to the counter, the lady takes it, and she looks at me, and she looks at my wife, and she's all impressed. And I'm like, all right. She comes back and says, there you go, matters of the heart. And I said, no, that's a mistake. I rented Mattress of Heat. I had another video store mishap, that one when I moved to Kirkland Lake and started teaching. I was teaching a French immersion phys ed class, and I thought, based on our curriculum at the time, that it would have been appropriate for me to show a movie called Pumping Iron. I ended up bringing the movie Pumping Irene. And I want you to understand how difficult it is to live with dyslexia, because dyslexia comes with failures as well. I mean, I failed my first driving exam. I came to a T-junction, made a U-turn. It's really hard for us that we always feel like we have to be accepted by people, we go out of our way to try to fit in. And my first year at university, it's trying really hard to be popular, and I finally got invited to a toga party and showed up dressed as a goat. Dyslexia is also hereditary, and I'm pretty sure my father was dyslexic because some of the mistakes that he would do. And my father was a deacon, and money was also tight when I was young growing up, so we always had to make our own signs. And being a deacon, when we got our first puppy, he didn't appreciate me putting the sign at the road that said, "Beware of God." I think the first indication that maybe my dad was also dyslexic was one time I missed school, and he sent me to school the next day with a note. Actually, I still have that note. Conrad was not at school yesterday because he spent the day in bed with Gramps. If he has to go to the washroom, please execute him. I think he might have loose vowels. You know, he has heck, the shits. I will pick him up in the taffeta noon to get shot. He has an appointment to be under the doctor and get a little prick in his butt. Can we have a light on Jamie there for a second? Jamie, I'm opening myself up here. Are you mocking me? All right. That also brings me to my second point, and that's basically, about who I am as a person, because I hear a lot of hurtful things. People just say it because I think they think it's a compliment, but it hurts my feelings. And being a teacher, I'll be sitting in the staff room and talking, and it never fails. I always have a teacher look at me and say, "I could just imagine what kind of student you would have been." So I'm going to show the world here what kind of student I was. I decided the story I would read to you is a story I wrote when I was in grade 4. It's a Christmas story, and you'll see that I was a sensitive child. I looked out for my family's interest. I cover important social topics like drinking and driving. It's all in here. I wrote it when I was in grade 4 in Miss Abbott's class. I hope it inspires you. The Night I Saw Santa Claus by Monrad Kessier, Fred Gore, Miss Clabbett's ass. The night I saw Santa Claus, I was sleeping peacefully in my bed. A loud crash woke me up. "That's what?" I whispered to myself. "Is it Santa Claus coming with his tag of boys for me?" Oh, how I wished I could have a tag of boys all to myself. I went to the window in Pine and looked out at the sky night. I saw a Slingle Belgier with a jumpy Danery, and a Gadfly in red with a red toque and bite weird. "Come to right move, come to high mouse, please," I yelled. He came toward me and circled high mouse. "He's gonna land on right move. He's gonna land on right move," I gouted with Schlee. "He's gonna land on right move." Except he didn't land on right move. He thrashed kite through right freaking move. and landed light on the toffee table and crushed the damn thing. What the what, Lana? I said. You ragtime mouse? Oh, my Shad's gonna did himself when he eats this. Lee hooked at me and bobbled back and forth. He was scrunk as a dunk. I could bell the smooze on him. Slana was totally fit-chased. Then Slanicod says, I had ran on your roof to deliver presents, and I ran into a snittle lag. A snittle lag? I shouted. A snittle lag? This is not a snittle lag. This is a big buck up. And you didn't land on my move, Slan. You thrashed straight through the rucker. I said. My girl's gonna kill me! Who the heck's gonna clean up this mucking fest? Durov? The Negro's Danerear? I turn around, and Durov is eating the freaking presents. I yell, don't eat the freaking presents, you wee flitting butt. And I hauled off, and then I shooted that son of a bitch up the bin. See? I yell at Slana, Durov the Negro's Danerear knows how to use the jam dimney. No hooner said I had it. Durov comes brashing cat down through the roll in my hoof and ran on the toffee cable again and crushed the damn thing some more. I was about to glow a basket when Santa Claus grabbed me by the collar and said, where's the Kilkin Mookies? And the sugar cubes for the Danerear. You should have lit. I don't think so, I said. Look at you. You're a mess. You're driving your sleigh while baffing the hag. You ragtime mouse smashed my coffee table and your beef-flitting Danerear chewed up guy miffs. I ain't skiving you gwot, you bat bastard. Because of you, I'm a pit shriek without a cow. You know what, Slana? I had a cop of pap.
Whoa, Conrad. Conrad, this isn't what you read last night. Like, what are you doing? This is a Christmas show.
Jamie said it was okay.
Okay, Jamie said it was okay. It's fine by me. Are you done?
I'm done.